There are many KPIs that you have to take into account when rolling out, operating, maintaining a Prime Alliance smart metering network. Of course, you have the basic KPIs: connectivity, readability, reachability. The most important aspect to take into account when thinking about the KPIs is actually not so much the KPIs itself, but the new procedures, the new challenges, the new processes you have to put in place to analyze them, to measure them, and to keep them as high as possible. And this is a new challenge in the electrical sector because we are talking about mainly communications KPIs. So it's not anymore about energy consumption KPIs. It's about communications KPIs. So you have to put in place all a new set of skills, procedures, operating technicians to be able to keep those KPIs high. And it's very important to keep them very high. It's not good to have an 80% of reachability or 90% of readability. Sometimes you have to act on a meter immediately to cut the flow or to reactivate the energy supply. So those KPIs have to be kept up to 99 or 100% as much as possible. And you can only do that if you keep operations and procedures on a daily basis. Rolling out Prime technology is also a new challenge. Prime technology is very advanced and helps deployment in many ways. But at the end of the day, it boils down to deploying a telecoms network. We do this to have new data coming in, and with this new data, we can take new decisions. You're empowering users and you're empowering DSOs. It's mandatory to keep in mind that we have to reach the meters and receive the data nearly in real time if possible while rolling out. If we don't do that while rolling out and we only think on installing meters, throwing them out on the street, we'll end up the deployment with a full system of meters that read energy but do not communicate. And then we have a huge operation cost to bring all that new telecom network up to speed. So it's really important that during the deployment process, we use all the capabilities of the Prime technology to make sure that reachability and readability are very high. So we end up the deployment with the whole network operating and functioning 100%. Data. It's all about data now. We are talking about everything we can do about data, how we can analyze it, artificial intelligence, machine learning, to do so many things about electrical vehicle measurements, about renewable consumption and production, about end user demand and consumption. All this is only possible if we read all the consumption information, and not only consumption, and all that information rolls and flows up to the central systems. So many things. We empower the end user to make proper decisions. We empower distributors and the generators to make proper decisions, the regulators to make good policies, a lot of empowerment and proper decisions with all this new data. But there's one thing that sometimes we tend to forget. This is only possible if we have all the data with quality. And that's not so obvious because this is a new, heterogeneous, complex telecoms network that, as any other telecom networks, has issues and challenges. So we need a new ecosystem of companies that help the distributors to deploy, operate, and maintain this new telecom network so we can have all this data as frequently as possible. We would like to have it real time so we can take all the decisions as fast as possible.